and welcome all of you to this sharing section of the Hong Kong Baptist University. I can see a lot of you from Kazakhstan, and nice to meet all of you here. I'm Crystal from the Admissions Office of the Hong Kong Baptist University. And today joining me would be Yana, who is a translator, helping me to translate all my English into your language. So Yana, maybe you could translate right now.
Добро пожаловать, мы рады всех вас видеть. Сегодня достаточно много участников, 96. Я буду переводить вам с английского. Если у вас есть вопросы, вы можете писать в чат. Добро пожаловать еще раз.
Okay, thank you, Yana. So I could start my sharing right now. And I'm not sure whether any of you have been to Hong Kong before, but then I would like to give you a brief understanding of Hong Kong. As you can see from this picture, Hong Kong is a place which is very vibrant and full of opportunities.
Как видите на этом фото, Гонконг очень яркий и живой город с множеством возможностей.
Yes, and then in the next slide, I'm going to show you some rankings about Hong Kong as a place for you to build up your future study and career. So Hong Kong ranked the number 7 in the world's most competitive economies, giving you a very good environment for study. We are also ranked number 6 in the 2020 Global Talent Competitiveness Index, which also gives you a good picture of how Hong Kong is going to nurture you as a future talent.
Здесь мы вам показываем несколько рейтингов о самом городе Гонконг. Гонконг на 7-м месте как одна из лидирующих развивающихся экономик. 6-е место по способности расти и привлекать молодежь. 2-е место по развитию человеческого капитала.
So now you have a better picture of the ranking of Hong Kong. I'm going to show you another side of Hong Kong. Apart from those economics and vibrant city, we are also a place with a lot of gorgeous hiking trail, a place for you to relax while you're studying. We are also a cultural center and a food paradise, which you could enjoy a lot of good food here. Furthermore, Hong Kong is also a very great education hub. As you might already know, we have a lot of good universities in Hong Kong.
Помимо экономических рейтингов, Гонконг очень известен своими культурными центрами. Гонконг считается кулинарным раем, как и образовательным центром. Также в Гонконге находится несколько других университетов.
Okay, so next I'm going to tell you more about our university. So as one of the university in Hong Kong, if you truly want to study a unique program, I think HKBU would be your options because we are a very welcoming and supportive community. You might heard of Hong Kong Baptist University as a university that you might wonder whether you need religious belief in order to study in our university. But actually, we do not need our students to have any certain religious belief. Moreover, English is the medium of instruction for most of the program, so you don't have to worry about the language barrier.
Возможно, вы уже слышали о университете Hong Kong Baptist University. Помимо некоторых стереотипов, университет приглашает любых студентов вне зависимости от их религиозных понятий. Большинство программ в университете проводятся на английском языке, и большинство студентов также знают и хорошо владеют английским языком, и администрация поддерживает всех студентов.
Okay, so now you have a better picture of how Hong Kong Baptist University are. I'm going to show you a video of our university, which you may find out which programs that we offer to you. So in the next part, I'm going to play a video.
В следующей части мы вам покажем видео о нескольких программах в университете Baptist.
Welcome to Hong Kong Baptist University. months later, she will be more confident and represent Hong Kong in a competition. A year later, this absent-minded guy will find out his favourite subject. He'll know how to look after himself after a year. 3 years later, he'll receive his technology award for the first time. They'll have produced their first film in 5 years. 8 years later, he'll join a famous overseas orchestra. She will have revitalized a historic site and left a mark on the map in the next decade. They'll no longer dance 11 years later, but view their team leader's performance instead. They'll continue to unleash their talent in society in 2 decades' time. Back to the present. The most wonderful story has yet to start. Everything remains unanswered. But you'll have expectations, excitements, and hopes. Welcome to another starting line, or many others. Welcome to Hong Kong Baptist University.
So thank you all of you joining me watching this amazing video about our university. So from this video, you can see a lot of elements that you can see. For example, we have technology, we have arts, we have social science, we have acting, we have also filmmaking, and also communication, journalism courses. A lot of elements within this video showcase you the types of program that we have in our university.
Спасибо за просмотр. Как вы увидели на видео, в университете существует очень много разных программ, начиная со STEM, с инжиниринга, гуманитарных наук, arts, видеопроизводство, видеосъемка и так далее.
And then furthermore, together studying with you will be around 7,100 undergraduate students and around 730 plus full-time faculty and teaching staff ready to teach you in this campus.
В университете учатся более 7 тысяч студентов, а также в факультете работают более 700 сотрудников.
And then here show you the structure of our school. We have Faculty of Arts, School of Business, School of Chinese Medicine, School of Communication, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Social Sciences, and Academy of Visual Arts, which offer you different types of programs. So here I'm going to show you the programs of the Faculty of Arts. We have Creative Writing, English and Humanities, and also Music course, which provides a very wide option for our students.
Как вы видите на слайде, в университете есть факультет искусств, школа бизнеса, школа китайской медицины, школа коммуникаций, факультет наук, факультет гуманитарных наук и Академия визуальных искусств. В факультете искусств также есть программы Creative Writing, English, гуманитарные науки и музыка.
And then here comes to the next one would be our School of Business, which is having a board-based admissions. That means after you enter School of Business for 1 year, then later on, starting from year 2, you have to declare your major. So at the time that you're applying to us, you do not have to pick your major, but then later on, after you join us, you can choose from these lists of major programs.
После того, как, например, вы поступите в школу бизнеса, в первый год вам не нужно выбирать ваш major, то есть вашу основную специальность, а ее можно выбрать уже на 2-м году. И варианты выбора такие, как бухучет, экономика, предпринимательство, финансы, кадры и маркетинг.
Yes, and then furthermore, in our School of Communication and Film, we have our Journalism and Digital Media course, Public Relations and Advertising, and one new major program about game design and animation, which you might be interested in if you're interested in game and video game design. And furthermore, we also have film and television major and one special major in acting, which if you're interested in to be a future actor or director, these courses might be suitable for you.
Также в школе коммуникаций есть 5 разных мейджоров. Одни из них — это журнализм и цифровые медиа, реклама, новая программа гейм-дизайн и анимация. Также есть фильм и фильм-продукция, телевидение и коммуникации, где вы можете выучиться на оператора, режиссера или связанной с этим профессии, а также есть направление acting, где вы можете выучиться на актера, актрису и так далее.
And then here comes the most popular faculty among a lot of Kazakhstan students, because a lot of you love to study science in the future. And in our Faculty of Science, we have quite a number of options for you. We have applied biology, chemistry, computer science, and mathematics and statistics. So here are some options for you. And then we also have physics and green energy that you could choose from under our Faculty of Science.
Как мы знаем, в университете учатся очень много ребят из Казахстана, и большинство из них учатся в факультете наук. Здесь также есть 5 программ: прикладная биология, химия, компьютерная наука.
And then furthermore, yes.
Математика и статистика.
Okay, and then furthermore, we have our Faculty of Social Science offering some special program, including European Studies, International Studies, Geography, History, Sociology, and then we have Physical Education and Recreation Management for our students.
Также в факультете гуманитарных наук есть такие направления, как изучение европейских законов и культур, международное изучение, география, история, социология, физкультура и менеджмент.
Yes, and then you may find out that I missed out 2 school or academy in HKBU. It's because for the School of Chinese Medicine, we required our students to have Chinese language requirements, but then I'm not sure whether a lot of Kazakhstan students could fulfill those requirements, so I'm not going to mention a lot about the Chinese Medicine School. But then for the last one, Academy of Visual Arts, it is a very good school which offers the Bachelor of Visual Arts. So if you like painting or crafting, or if you want to learn a bit more about arts, visual arts, you may also take this design program.
Чтобы поступить в школу китайской медицины, требования немножко отличаются. Помимо английского языка вам нужно будет знать китайский язык, но про него вы можете спросить позже. Также последняя программа, которая есть, это Академия визуальных искусств, где вы будете практиковать и изучать рисование и другие направления.
And then in the next part, I'm going to highlight some of our cross-disciplinary programs and also some of our new programs. So here you list out the first program would be Bachelor of Science in Business Computing and Data Analytics. This would be a program that is the combination of a bit about business and science. So it is jointly offered by our School of Business and also Faculty of Science. And then the last 4 programs listed here would be new program offered by our university to our students for this coming year of entry. So you might take a look and see whether you find some of the programs that you are interested in, because you got the chance if you are applying in the coming year.
На этом слайде мы показываем дисциплинарные и междисциплинарные направления, и каждую программу вы можете персонализировать. Например, в бакалавриате науки и бизнеса вы можете выбрать между направлением Business Computing and Data Analytics, которое считается междисциплинарным направлением между бизнесом и аналитикой данных.
And then in the next part, I'm going to tell you more about the opportunities offered by our university. So apart from the program and academic side, we also offer a lot of student society for our students to join. We have a lot of interest clubs, we have academic societies, we have hall councils, and we have an international association which group all of our international students together. And then you may also take part in these student association and organization as your choice based on your interests.
Помимо учебы в университете существует огромное количество студенческих организаций. Они могут быть связаны и с хобби, и с карьерой, например, с искусством, спортом, другими социальными активностями, а также академическими сообществами, связанными с исследованием, стажировками и так далее.
Apart from that, of course, we offer exchange opportunities and internship opportunities. Even though you're international students, you can also take part in internship when you are studying in Hong Kong.
Несмотря на то, что вы все еще студенты, вы также можете принять участие в отбор на стажировки в самом городе Гонконг.
And then next part, I'm going to show you a video about our students, because today we couldn't bring all of our students here, but then we have recorded videos from Bruna, one of our Kazakhstan students in the School of Business, showing her experience at HKBU.
Сейчас мы покажем видео одного из наших студентов.
Hi everyone, I'm Balna from Kazakhstan. I am a full scholarship student in accounting and finance at HKBU. I believe that university is a place where you are given opportunities to build a foundation that allows you to achieve your dreams. HKBU is such a place for me. I have always wanted to start my own business. Ever since I joined BU, I have participated in many startup competitions, and one of them was Startup Saturday. Startup Saturday is a support scheme for students to experience entrepreneurship. Our team proposed an app that allows educational organizations to receive registrations and promote courses. We won a seed fund of 30,000 Hong Kong dollars to materialize this idea and run this business for a year. Throughout this process, I learned a lot on how to start and run a business, and to get valuable advice from our mentors who are also successful entrepreneurs in Hong Kong. It was a fruitful and rewarding journey. It gives me confidence to start new projects with new ideas. My next goal is to take part in more competitions and to launch my own startup after graduation.
So now you learn about the story of our student Bernard in our university, and she takes part in a lot of competitions. And then I can tell you that a lot of our students are taking part in a lot of different competitions. In particular, if you want to be an entrepreneur in the future, we also have a very strong entrepreneurship culture in our university.
Как вы только что узнали из истории Балнур, большинство студентов баптист участвуют в разных соревнованиях, и по статистике 19 из 20 студентов участвуют в мероприятиях, связанных с предпринимательством.
And then to show you more about your future after you graduate from our university, we will provide you with career preparation and internship opportunities. And then furthermore, we have over 90% of our students go directly into employment after they graduate from our university. So that this, the education and the preparation and the amount of support that we give to our students, which would provide you a very, very good future after you graduate from our university.
Также, как только вы закончите университет или уже будучи учащимся, вы можете попросить помощи у Career Planning Center по планированию вашей карьеры в Гонконге и найти работу уже в городе.
And then in the next part, I'm going to tell you more about the admissions requirements. I've already seen that a lot of you are asking about a lot of questions about admissions requirements. For example, do you need IELTS, or does the university require Chinese? Do you have to take Chinese before you come to HKBU? And also, are there any SAT score that we provide for our students who apply to us? And then next part, I'm going to tell you more about it.
Сейчас мы расскажем вам о вступительных требованиях в наш университет.
And then for our university admissions requirements, it would be consist of 3 parts. So the first part would be university entrance requirements. The second part would be English language requirements. And the last part would be program-specific requirements for certain program that you're applying for.
Чтобы поступить в университет, вы должны пройти по 3 критериям. Первый – это вступительный в сам университет. Второй – это требования английского языка. И третье – это уже по самой специальности, которую вы подаете.
And then here you are the university entrance requirements. So you can take a look to the left-hand side. We accept a lot of international qualification, including IB, GCE, and SAT. And then here are the reference score for you. And then you only have to fulfill either one of these. And then if you are local Kazakhstan students who are studying the local curriculum, we also accept either one of these requirements, including the certificate of secondary education completion, which is the first option for you. And the second option for you will be certificate of UNT. And then the third option would be for the one who are studying in NIS school, you can present your grade 12 certificate in order to apply to us. So for the 3 options for you here, listed out here, you only have to fulfill either one of these requirements. But then if you have more than 1 requirement fulfilled, here, you could also submit more than that.
Здесь вы видите лист требований, которые мы перечислили до этого. Для студентов из Казахстана вам достаточно предоставить один из вариантов предоставленных. Например, можно предоставить сертификат об окончании среднего образования, либо предоставить сертификат национального тестирования, либо сертификат об окончании Назарбаевских интеллектуальных школ.
And then a lot of questions about whether you need SAT if you are studying these Kazakhstan curriculum. So if you could present either one of these examination results or certificate, you do not have to submit your SAT score or you do not have to take SAT. So only for the students who do not have these qualifications, they have to take the international qualification, they have to present their SAT results. So it is not a compulsory or necessary qualification to take SAT for you to apply to us.
Чтобы попасть в университет, вам не обязательно сдавать SAT либо другие международные экзамены. То есть вам можно либо пойти по пути международных экзаменов, либо уже подавать сертификатом о среднем образовании. И SAT не обязательно, можно подать просто сертификатом о среднем образовании.
And then further to the requirements, the second part would be the English language requirements. So here we list out part of the English requirements that we accept. So we accept IELTS, TOEFL, SAT, IB, or GCE. And then we also accept other qualifications, which you can scan this QR code on the slide to fill all the English language requirements that we accept. But basically, if you fulfill IELTS 6.0, you could already apply to us, and then you do not have to take other tests. So we only need either one of these examination results.
Здесь, чтобы подтвердить знание английского языка, вы можете предоставить либо IELTS, либо TOEFL, либо SAT, либо сертификат International Baccalaureate, либо экзамен GSCE, либо другие, которые вы можете посмотреть на сайте через QR-код. То есть вам нужно предоставить только один из них достаточно.
And then finally, as I've mentioned earlier, we have our program-specific requirements. So for some of the programs, for example, for major in film and also acting, you might have to submit your portfolio. And then other than that, if you wish to study visual arts, you also have to submit your portfolio.
Есть еще другие дополнительные требования, но они зависят от программы обучения. Например, если вы подаете в школу визуальных искусств, либо в школу актерского мастерства, вам нужно будет подать ваше портфолио.
And then finally, I would like to tell you more about the application starting dates. And for students who are now in grade 12, the application already started. You can start to submit your application, and the early round deadline will be on the 30th of November. We always encourage our students to apply earlier to get a better chance for scholarship and also admissions. But then if you miss the early round deadline, you could also apply in the main round, which will end in January next year. And then lastly, we also have an extended round, which will end in May next year as well.
Заявки в университет уже открылись с 4 октября по 30 ноября. Это этап предварительный. Основной этап отбора пройдет с 1 декабря по 31 января, уже позже, но мы рекомендуем вам подаваться заранее с 4 по 30 ноября. Также, если вы опоздаете, вы можете подать уже в поздний раунд с 1 февраля по 31 мая.
And then if you wish to apply to us, you only have to visit our online application website and then make 2 choices and then fill in the form and upload your transcript and certificates. And then later on, we will have interview for you if you are selected. And then finally, you may receive conditional offer or confirmed offer from us.
После того, как вы подали, второй этап это будет интервью и отправка вашего портфолио, если вам нужно. И далее вы уже можете получить полноценное подтверждение о поступлении, либо поступление с некоторыми условиями, которые вам нужно будет подтвердить позже.
And then in the last part of my sharing, I would like to show you the tuition fee and scholarship that we offer to our students. And the tuition fee for our students would be around $18,000 US, but then this amount is not yet confirmed because there might be slight changes to this amount. But then later on, when you receive your offer, you will see the actual amount, but then it would not be differ a lot from this amount. And then add up with the whole residential fee and also personal expenses, it would cost you around $25,000 US per year to study in our university.
Плата за обучение составляет около 140 тысяч гонконгских долларов. Расходы на проживание составляют примерно от 13 до 16-20 тысяч гонконгских долларов. Также вы можете получить стипендии, которые составляют целых 190, что покрывает большинство расходов.
And then in terms of scholarship, we will review all applicants based on their academic performance. We will offer full scholarship for students or tuition fee waiver or half scholarship or even one-off scholarship at different values for our students. And then you do not have to apply for scholarship separately because after you submit your application to us, you'll be considered for scholarship as well. And then you do not have to submit a separate application for our scholarship.
Чтобы подать на стипендию, вам не нужно подавать отдельную заявку, вы будете рассматриваться сразу же. Вы можете получить как и покрытие полных расходов, покрытие только расходов на обучение, либо половину расходов на обучение, а также одноразовую скидку заплаты на обучение.
And then that's all I would like to share with all of you today. And then if you have any further questions, you may type in the Q&A box or the chat box. And then after the section, if you have any further questions, feel free to email us at ardirect@habu.edu.hk. I've also typed in the email address in the chat box so that you can reference to. And then we also have our prospectus, that's mean our brochure and our admissions website over there, which might be useful for you when you are finding admissions information. So if you have any further questions, or if you need any information about my presentation, you could check out this website that I'm typing in the chat box as well for the information of today's presentation. So I think we could go to. So I think we could go through the go to the Q&A section as well. Maybe Yana can help me to translate the my sharing of context, and then help me to introduce the questions as well.
Сейчас мы проведем с вами сессию вопрос-ответ. Также, если у вас есть вопросы, вы можете найти две ссылки в чате. Одна из них насчет процесса поступления, вторая насчет презентации, которую мы сейчас вам показываем.
So now we are going to move on to the Q&A section. That I see that there is a question from students asking about whether Hong Kong Baptist University is space for STEM majors, or it's more about liberal arts university. And then you can see from my presentation that we offer a lot of different options to our students. We do have science major, business major offered to our students, as well as some liberal arts major program like social sciences or English literature or history or geography major offered by our university. So I would say that we have a bit of both STEM and also liberal arts major offered to our students. And then there is also a question about the whether we have engineering major in our school. I'm sorry about that. We do not have any engineering major, but then we do have our School of Faculty of Sciences offer different types of science program like applied biology, physics, green energy, and also those mathematics and statistics major. In case if you're also interested in science, you may consider these options as well. So there is also questions about do you need to pay for food or books? Yes, you have to pay for food and books yourself. And then as reference to the pricing information over here, we think that food or books would be included in the personal expenses category. So it would be part of that part of expenses. So add up in total, it would be around $5,000 US per year. Or in total, add up with tuition fee or hall fee, it will be around $25,000 US. Okay. So students is also asking about how can students get a full scholarship. So we do recommend students with UNT, they could submit their UNT results, because once you reach a score of around 128, you will be able to be nominated to be the faculty or departments that you are applying for a scholarship. But then there's no guarantee score for a scholarship, but then it's just a reference score for you for a scholarship. Okay. So a student is asking about if you get a scholarship, does it cover all the costs, for example, accommodation and also food? So if in case, if you are full scholarship recipient, that means you will receive around 190,000 Hong Kong dollar per year to study in our university. And then as reference to the tuition fee, it will be only around 140,000 Hong Kong dollar. So it would be able for you to cover the tuition fee and then hall fee and personal expense if you are full scholarship recipient. But then if you only receive tuition waiver, half scholarship or one-off scholarship, you may have to provide financial support yourself for the rest of the items or the amount that couldn't be covered by your scholarship. Okay. So a student is asking about, do you accept NIS grade 12 certificate instead of UNT? Yes, we accept NIS grade 12 certificate. So if you only have NIS grade 12 certificate, we'll also accept your qualification. But then if you also take UNT, we do recommend you to submit the certificate, UNT certificate to us as well, because it would be a good reference for our evaluation of your application. Okay. So there is some students asking about are there any clubs or courses for you to take or society for you to join? Actually, we do have a lot of different societies that I've mentioned earlier in my slide. That we have different types of clubs and society for you to join. For example, arts and culture, we have sports club, we have drama club, and we'll have our own orchestra. That if you have multiple interests, you can join multiple and different societies and clubs. Okay. And then one of the students asked a very good questions, because she asks us, or he or she asks about if you do not have your certificate or diploma right now, but then this is your last year, how can you apply till the end of November? This is a good question. Actually, even though you do not have your final examination results or final graduate certificate, you could still submit your application first by the early round deadline in the end of November. Because after you submit our application, you may provide first your latest transcript or your predicted score to us that you have right now, and then just upload them to the application system first. And then later on, after the admissions deadline, maybe in next year, January, when you receive more certificates or more awards that you have, then you can upload it to the online application system. At the meantime, we will also consider you and admitted you if you're qualified, and then we will issue you a conditional offer, which means that we may state some conditional requirements like UNT or 130, or you have to achieve IB 37, and then these would be example of condition that will be listed on your conditional offer. And then later on, once you receive your final results, you can provide it to us, and then we will see whether your final results would match your conditional offer. And then if you pass the score, we will help you to convert your conditional offer into a confirmed offer. And that's how you could still apply to us even though you do not have your diploma or certificate right now. And then the students is asking about the college students have to pass UNT. As I've mentioned, UNT and also NIS grade 12 certificate and also the secondary completion certificate are also you could apply with either one of them. So it's not necessary for you to take UNT, but then if you have took UNT, you may also submit to us for our consideration. Okay. So a student is asking about if scholarship could be permanent or renewable, and then actually for this scholarship, if not, it's not one-off, it would be for example, if it's full scholarship or half tuition, it would be renewable every year based on your GPA at our university. So there is chance that that if you perform very well in our university, you will be able to continue to receive those scholarships every year. But then if, of course, if you score very bad in your examination, there may be chances for you to lose it as well. And then I think time is almost up for our presentation. And then I would be very thankful for Nova Education for organizing such a session for us. And then I know that I couldn't answer all the questions because I see a lot of them. You are asking a lot of good questions. But that if you really, I miss any of your questions, you could just email your questions to ardirect@hkbu.edu.hk. And then I will have to answer all of you one by one by email as well. And then thank you all of you for joining us. And then if you would like to keep contacting us, please refer to the contact information that I've shown here, and then keep emailing me, and then I will help you to guide you through the application process. So thank you all of you for joining us today, and then hope you have a nice evening.
Если у вас есть вопросы, которые были не отвечены, или вы хотите узнать подробную информацию, можете написать на почту Crystal, ARDirect, HKBU, EDU, HK, либо уже в сам офис Admissions университет.
So thank you all of you once again, and then hope that we can see you soon in HKBU.